All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Episode 16. All right, so Rohan
has been dealt with.
Yes, but he hasn't been, like, you know, killed or, like, sent out of the town or anything. It's more like they Josuke's like, I'm not done punching you yet. Yep. So on some level, he's not fully done with, potentially.
Right, but they kind of dropped a little bit of a bombshell with the potential, like, time travel or whatever the heck that was, where Josuke got inspired by Josuke to have the hair that Josuke has because he saw Josuke with the hair, and they just sort of just threw that in there.
Yeah, so I guess what we'll do is we'll kind of just wait to see, like, when they bring up anything regarding that. And then we'll just kind of keep that in the back of our minds. Yeah. But the big thing that I'm like really, really interested in here is that they've introduced this character of Rohan and Heaven's Door, the most ridiculously overpowered stand potentially that we haven't necessarily written out of the story yet.
No.
So how are things going to continue? Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. At least someone got it. Anyways, so yeah, episode 16. Without further ado, y'all, let's get into it. Oh, hunting? Huh? That's random. Yes. I'm all about true love. JoJo's I'm not having any of this. Oh. Whoa.
So we have a rat stand user.
Yeah.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Wow. Oh! I'm still not, like...
You missed the old opening.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is a great opening.
See? Rohan's in the picture in the middle there.
But also, a hand slapped on the picture.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yep. Oh, the rat. Okay. Oh. Whoa. Whoa, yeah.
The animation, I gotta say, though, is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's so good, yeah. Na da da, no na sa. Oh.
Okay.
I chase you. Let's go hunting.
Wait.
Far out. Okay. Not bad. Pretty close, yeah. 85 points out of 100.
Ah.
Yeah, for real. JoJo has this extremely intimidating presence about him.
So just put down some peanut butter.
Oh, that's so gross. That's so gross to think about.
Oh.
A bird with 4 legs, dude.
Like a tail.
Yeah, exactly.
Too bad we don't have Iggy to just send after it. That would have been nice.
Okay, so we'll come back here later. Oh, a tempura crumb. Oh, something's dead. Something's dead. Oh, they didn't smell this? Oh! Oh!
Ew!
Oh my god!
Okay. Oh.
That's why they didn't smell it. Oh, that's gross. Yeah. So the rat killed its own kind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. The door is wide open.
Is this rat actually going to be massive by the time they find it?
Probably, yeah. A rodent of unusual size.
Mm-hmm.
The way they're framed to be so big because of perspective and the house is so small. It's hilarious. I wonder if the rat gains any level of intelligence from getting a stand. JoJo with his passive 30 perception is just awesome.
Oof.
Oh,
yeah, they're composed of meat. That means
that's gross.
This rat is going to be much bigger. Just watch.
Oh, this is going to be freaky.
Oh, no, there's a bunch of meat in the fridge.
Oh, no,
yeah,
no.
It's going to be a bunch of humans. Yeah, because it's too full.
Oh, it's huge!
Oh! Oh!
Right, it's huge. He's upstairs. Oh my god! Oh!
They're still alive?
It turned them into a flesh, just jelly pudding mess.
But that thing's so big, it might not matter.
Oh. Yeah, it's like, wait, what are you doing? Oh!
Okay.
Oh, it's still alive!
Yep.
Oh, here's its stand. What the?
Oh.
Is it like a meat processor or something kind of stand?
Yeah. But it's bleeding, so that's a trail, potentially.
I mean, you just now yelled that... Dodge it.
What? No, don't do that.
Why didn't you dodge?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Turn on the light, turn on the light. Everything's so ominous.
Why hasn't Jotaro said anything?
Yeah, I know. Another one? Oh, crap! That is disgusting.
So heal it, quick. Hopefully it doesn't spread. That would suck.
No, it's like that. Yeah, just busted is another way to say it. Oh, crap.
Okay.
Ah, that's a good point, yeah. Okay. Whoa! Dang. Rats have to eat that frequently?
That's pretty crazy.
That's kind of terrifying, actually. Bug eaten. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Nice little science there.
Just.
It's like, of course you're not. JoJo's like, I gotta do everything myself. Oh.
There we go. Although, why only 4 rounds? Like,
I think he's maybe a little confident in that they won't need that many.
Right.
But it might also be that's all he had access to just in this given time. It might not be easy to get access to bullets just in a quick... And those are pretty big rounds. Like,
oh yeah.
If a rat got hit by one of those flying at high speeds, it's just gonna explode.
Probably.
Too late.
Did it start like wiping away its trail with its tail or something?
It knows it's being followed.
Oh.
Oh yeah. And then he can jump 2 meters, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. So this one is smarter because of the stand.
They should have also brought other things to block the shots with.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that frying pan
Yeah.
would be pretty useful. Hey, Jacob, it's a sniper stand.
Yep. And it's an actual effective sniper.
Yep. I think a passive perception of 30 is going to be your best bet rather than actually hoping for cover to help. Wait. Oh! It moved the trap! Whoa! Oh. Wow. Oh my gosh.
You ran this rat. I wish Okiyasu was here.
Right. I need someone to compare myself against. This.
Split up.
Well, the thing is that Josuke might not be fast enough.
Yeah.
So JoJo's kind of got to protect him. Oh. Jotaro's gonna be the decoy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Alright. And he can stop time, so if he knows they're coming, he could dodge them. Or...
Right, so it's all about his reflexes here and how...
Right, Josuke can't heal himself.
That's but there's the other problem of that we don't know how fast he can summon his stand, activate the world. And as it gets closer, he'll have less opportunity. 3! Whoa!
Hopefully he doesn't move back around.
There he is.
That was a lot more bullets. Oh
crap!
Oh, what? Nice. Oh, that's bad.
Oh my gosh, this is so nasty. Yeah, has partial cover. Disadvantage on the shot. Oh. Ooh. Wow. That's all he's able to move with his time stopped. Now he's pointing at Josuke.
Or was that just to get its attention?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh! Oh!
Oh, man.
Indeed.
Jotaro's like, that's great, but...
Okay. Oh no, relaxing? That's not coming anytime soon.
Okay.
All right.
That seems like it's something where it's okay, this is all done now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think that this was an example of basically we need to see what Jotaro can do. Because we were talking about his remember when Red Hot Chili Peppers we were dealing with, like, why are you stopping time?
Yeah.
Why are you stopping time? Well, now it's like, oh, that's literally all he can do. Is he can make minor adjustments within that, like, 10 feet or, 5 meters or something like that. Like a really short range of not only, like, operational ability for his stand to leave his, body, but also to, move him in that way.
Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd die to find out. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I would die to find out.
All right. Okay.
All right. That was gross.
Yeah, that was really disgusting. Gross. That was really nasty.
No.
I'm not as disgusted as I thought I would be. Yeah, but that was pretty nasty.
But that shot where it showed Jotaro's hand up close? No.
It's more the fingernails for me.
Yeah, that was just...
Yeah, no. So this episode is almost like extremely self-contained to the point of it feeling kind of out of place within the overall narrative of part 4 so far. But they did some interesting things with Jotaro and the Speedwagon Foundation here.
Yes.
So the Speedwagon Foundation has been interrogating Otoshi Akira.
That's right.
What's interesting about that is there's potential for more information to be gotten later.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And also the idea that there were a lot of people potentially shot with this arrow. Like when you think about, like, we've still got a lot of, episodes left in part 4.
Yep.
But that, like, rats were shot to, like, test out, like, wait, what does this bow do? You know?
Yep.
It's like, oh, that's interesting.
And it also covers the whole aspect of where is Jotaro at now with his abilities and what he can do, what he can't do.
He calls out Zawado, which is amazing. It's amazing. And he has to actually call it out on some level or just be kind of ready to use it. So there's that. But also his movements are something that can be predicted a rat was able to follow his movements instinctively, which means that either, this is my guess initially, because it seemed like Jotaro was moving less and less over the course of time, that it is tied a little bit to Jotaro's physicality, which ties back into the whole idea that because Dio is a vampire and he's so much stronger, he has so much more stamina, he can use the world to insane levels compared to what a human can do.
Although there still was the point where Jotaro, without practicing, so, you know, was able to do it for 5 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. But Jotaro has been out of practice. He has no reason to have been using it here. But hopefully, this will either be a thing where he gets back into practice of using his stand a little bit more, or we've just been shown the actual max limits of where the
just because the story demands it. You know,
the pseudo Iraqi nerf.
Exactly,
and it's okay.
Yeah, because like it was him. It was an illogical kind of power-up in the first place anyways that was just for the convenience of the story, you know, that had nothing to do with practice. So practice is just the excuse that's given because, like, hey, we can't have him like that all the time. It's kind of ridiculous.
It would end all conflicts that he's involved in, and we would need a sniper stand like this in order to, like, just take him out of the story at some point.
Also, did you notice how he's like, I'll give it to you, Josuke, because you're the only one who can do it, as opposed to being like, all right, cool. I'm going to shoot it when time is stopped after it shoots at me, because if it shoots at me, that means I have line of fire to it.
Right.
And then just be like, okay, stop time, you know, and do that with the dodging. Like, you know, maybe that would be too much, but Star Platinum's super fast, so, you know, but whatever. So they covered that, and that was good. The whole idea of it being a hunt, that was very refreshing.
Yeah, because it maybe foreshadows how they've been doing things with the OP being called basically the chase, or I chase you.
Exactly.
And there being essentially this cat and mouse, maybe eventual kind of thing where they're on the hunt for this serial killer, hand stealing, hand chopping stand user. That sounds awesome. Yeah. And this is then basically a microcosm of that anyone can be tracked. You know, there's some little potential foreshadowing there that this guy leaves a trail. So there's that. And then also that on some level they're going to have to maybe kill, as opposed to how they've dealt with all the other stand users thus far, where they haven't actually killed them.
Especially if this guy does have a stand that's, you know, surpasses Zawaro, though.
That's another good point then, yes, because the rat was an actual threat to Jotaro.
Yeah, and they killed it.
And they still killed it. Well, they had to kill it. It's a rat. Right. They can't communicate with it and establish peace. It's acting on its basic survival instincts. So
and if they had let that thing survive, like, they made it look gross and disgusting and terrifying and big and like it had muscle and stuff. As expected of a stand user, but it's like, man, I get the feeling that if they hadn't dealt with it, then it would have ended up getting bigger and meaner and like, imagine something like that the size of a small cat.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Like, that's
I have a question for you.
What?
Do you think that the idea of them having a rat stand is a visual foreshadowing of how they'll have to consider a serial killer, essentially, as basically in order to kill, they'll need to basically, on some level, talk about the whole aspect of what does it take to kill someone,
right?
Like you have to dehumanize them in a way in order to make it, in order to
something
make yourself
that you can mentally justify. Yeah.
Which is interesting because Jotaro gave kind of a passing comment towards the end of the episode about, you know, he feels a little bit conflicted about what they had to do here. And it's like, I understand that you were, this was an unfortunate circumstance where you were forced to kill something that displayed a higher level of intelligence than most animals. It's something where you're like, oh, that's kind of sad. The rat had no say in any of this.
Well, yeah.
Like, really, like, the rat was just minding its own business, and suddenly some dick with a bow comes by and just goes, pop, pop.
And then it just like, continues the thing that it always did of, I need to eat, I need to survive. And it's just that the things that it ended up eating changed a bit, and, you know, and...
It was like, oh, I have a tool that makes eating
that
things
makes me
easier.
higher on the food chain, right? No one likes being not at the top of the food chain. So
right.
Yeah.
And that's maybe another thing is if they're building up eventually a stand user that's stronger than, then Jotaro won't be top of the food chain in that regard.
Sure, yeah.
And maybe in that way it will actually switch around to where it won't be that they're chasing, some serial killer. They might end up at some point getting chased because they're the ones that aren't at the top of the food chain anymore.
Sure, and that would be a very interesting take on it. Yeah,
that would be very, very terrifying.
Assuming that they can make it different than all the other stand users that end up chasing them or attacking them or whatever, and then it ends up being this thing of like, oh, it's so dangerous, but then, whatever, we still punk him like anyone else.
Well, the reason why I think we could still have some serious threat with all of this is that they've been slowly building the cast.
Yes.
And the reason why that's important is because if we care for more characters than the protagonist alone, and protagonists generally have that protagonist plot armor, we know that there are consequences that can happen that go beyond just whether or not Josuke will win a fight or something.
Yeah.
It was kind of what they did with Koichi and having his mom be at threat there. So, yeah. There's not really much more really to discuss with this episode.
Yeah, I mean, this is very much a standalone episode.
Yeah.
Except they weren't alone. In both cases, the rats were not alone for the beginning, and Josuke and Jotaro were not alone.
Wait a minute. Did the rats gain the same stand?
Mm-hmm.
Or did they?
Yeah, they gained the same stand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little curious.
It could be that the rats were shot at the same time, or that the rats, because they're just...
Double penetration!
Oh my god. Or it could just be that because, the rats were friends with each other or something like that, and because rats don't have much individuality, they ended up, because they're not, sentient creatures, they ended up kind of getting the same stand.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. The stand does, I would say, seem to fit very much with what makes a rat a rat. I like that the stand seems, I would say, thematically appropriate. It makes these tough, big things more conducive for them to eat.
Yep.
And it's a lethal, now 3-hit kill kind of weapon.
Now the fact that it was shaped like a howitzer cannon, or like an actual modern artillery, modernish artillery miniaturized and everything. One, I love it because it makes me think of Battle Company, but it is a little bit unrealistic, I suppose, because JoJo's is always very realistic.
Oh yeah,
with the fact that this rat knows nothing about modern machinery and stuff, but
but it didn't choose its stand.
Right. Yeah.
Right. It just sees a thing and it's like, my will tells me that I want this thing to be dead so that I can eat it, or it's dead because it's a threat to me. So I will that, and then suddenly for some reason this thing shoots at it. But I like the idea also that it gained a lot of intelligence.
Yes, the whole thing with the mouse or the rat trap being moved and then Josuke getting hit by it, that was good.
Do you ever wonder if people change on a physiological level or a biological level because they were shot with the arrow and gained a stand?
Oh.
Like people gaining some level of intelligence or some level of aptitude with regards to specific things? At the very least,
we know that they then become attracted somehow to other stand users.
Oh, that's a good point.
And that is something that would have to be physiological in some way because, your brain controls everything, right? Electrical impulses, so I guess you could say
kind of,
but god, but that's something that humans do all the time anyways. Just by having just by thinking things, those neuron pathways become, they shift to become easier to use in the future, hence the whole idea of learning.
That's a good point.
But yeah.
Okay. Well then, y'all, that was a couple dead rats and nearly dead Jotaro.
And I loved the whole thing of him being like, "Hey, Josuke, could you heal me now?" That was
bro. Don't make me beg. Get over here. Be useful. Come on.
Exactly.
I liked also that Jotaro is not the most he's not the most charismatic kind of person in the encouraging way. So when he gives basically this, of course you won't do it, basically kind of thing. And Josuke's like, hey, the hell? What was that jab for? Like, wait. And he's like, well, fine then. You know, here's two. Go for it. But then by the end, he gives him 4. I like that Jotaro kind of needs to showcase that he values other people through his actions more so than his words, because his words are something that can be easily misinterpreted because of how intimidating he is. So I think that's all in all some good stuff for Jotaro, since Jotaro hadn't really been given much focus in this part thus far. Other than kind of handling stuff with like Joseph when Joseph arrived.
But even then, you know, that's the thing where it's like then it becomes a whole thing of like Josuke and, you know, Joseph, because they do kind of they have a closer biological connection than even if Jotaro has spent a bunch of time with Joseph.
Right. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next JoJo's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories, about JoJo's, non-spoilery, of course, or just anime in general, or just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.